everyone, it's me Emma and welcome back to my channel. So thank you everybody that has subscribed, liked, commented on my videos so far. We are literally almost at 250 subs and I am super excited and overwhelmed and really happy that you guys want to join me on my manga and anime adventure. I think you could call it that. I don't know, I've been collecting for 10 years, so it's probably gone past an adventure. It's probably now like a long-term, lifelong journey. I don't know. But yeah, and also I wanted to say another massive thank you for everybody that has popped over onto my Instagram and had followed me over there. We are now almost at 700 followers. That is friggin' insane. Okay guys, thank you so much. Like, I can't believe you guys are following me over there and commenting and subscribing over here as well. It means so much to me, so thank you very much, especially in these bizarre times that we are going through right now. So remember guys, stay safe, stay at home, save lives, okay? But so for this video I wanted to do a kind of a follow-on manga wrap-up from my previous one. I know it's not the end of the month yet, but I've read quite a, well, I'll say I read quite a bit. I've read 4 series, or read some volumes of 4 series, and I just wanted to kind of like give you my thoughts on what I thought so far, and if you wanted me to do more in-depth reviews on them, I will do that for you. Just comment, shout out down below and I will do that. So the first series that I have finished and actually completed is Dead Man Wonderland. I've finished reading. I read volumes 11, 12 and 13, and that completes the series for me. This series revolves around this guy here. His name's Ginta Higurashi, and in the start of the series you see that he's in this classroom and all of a sudden a red man in a cape turns up and basically brutally massacres his entire class, and he's the only one that survives it. Sort of like, he then gets sentenced to the wrongful murders of his entire classmate and ends up going to a place, a theme park slash prison that is called Dead Man Wonderland, and he finds out that things aren't exactly what they seem, and basically he has to fight to survive in the prison. And he finds out in the series later that the guy that killed his classmates is actually living inside the prison, so what he wants to do is get revenge on that said madman. But yeah, this series I picked up, I wanted to finish it off after watching the anime on Netflix. It kind of finished on a really awkward spot. There wasn't really like an ending, so I wanted to see what happened. So for me, I really enjoyed the first part of the series. It is really bloody, very gory, like I said in my wrap up previously. But towards the end of this series, you learn a whole lot about Shiro, which he befriends inside the prison, and you find out a whole load about Ginta and his mum's sort of like family relationship and what goes on within that sort of like relationship and what her job was and everything like that. So yeah, I did enjoy it. It's not one of my favourite shonens that I've read, I have to admit. I'm kind of glad that I went in to this series with little to no expectations, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, right at the end of this series, it kind of, the last sort of chapter leaves me wanting to know what happens with Ginta and a certain character. But yeah, but overall it was a fun read for what it was. Will I pick it up again and read it? Possibly, but it's definitely not one that I would gravitate to. It would be one that on the off chance if I see it I might pick it up again, but it's definitely, it's worth a read, but I know it won't be for everybody. But that one was Dead Man Wonderland. So the second one that I read, I've already put up a a review slash first impressions of this one, and that and that is Sweat and Soap by Kintetsu Yamada. I really did enjoy this. It had like enough spiciness, enough context. The main character goes through a little bit of a development in this first one. It's not too much, but it's enough to make me want to read more. The art style was really nice. The plot line is really funny and interesting. It follows this girl here. She has a problem with, she has an issue with sweating, excess sweating, and this guy here is the lead guy for developing perfumes. So yeah, it's kind of like the dynamic between those two. As I say in my review, there's a couple of characters in here that I feel that could be a potential issue with their relationship, and I've already pre-ordered the next like 4 or 5 volumes, whatever's already up on Amazon to pre-order. I've already done so I am super excited to see where this series goes, and I would definitely recommend you pick it up. So go and pick it up or not go and pick it up because we can't go outside. Order it online, but you can because it's good. But it is rated 16+. It's older teen because there is a few smexy scenes in here, so yeah, be warned. Now the next one is kind of a different one for me. It was one that I hauled last month or my collective haul for 2 months, whatever one it was, and I wasn't quite sure about this one. It was a cover buy, like I said previously, it was a cover buy. I don't normally do that. I normally like to know roughly what's going on in the series, because if it doesn't hold my interest, then I won't really want to keep it. It's just saving up shelf space for other series that I potentially will like and love. But that series is Beyond the Clouds by, is it Nikki? Volume 1. So this is most definitely, like it says on the back, a dream-like odyssey that's part Studio Ghibli and Final Fantasy. Now, as I said before, I'm not familiar with Final Fantasy, but this is really good. It's definitely got a unique art style. I want to show you a page, but I don't want it to be too spoilery, so I want to find maybe from the first chapter. Okay, so as you can see here, it's like very sketchy, very different from what I'm used to. The art style is most definitely cutesy. This story revolves around Theo. It's very much in sort of like a steampunk fantasy type setting, and there's all sorts of different creatures. You've got animals that walk on 2 legs that are almost human-like, not like Beastards, but a cutesy version, I suppose. I don't know. And this girl here, at the top of my head, I can't remember what her name is. Theo finds her on what other people call the trash heap, but he calls it like his treasure island. And he finds her, she's got wings, but one of her wings have broken or have been ripped off. So he tries to help her get flying again and get back to the sky, but she's lost her memories. She doesn't know what's going on. She's a human, or is she an angel? I can't remember. She's a human angel, but basically she's a person that has wings, and that's very rare in this particular world. And you find sort of halfway through this volume that there is somebody after her, trying to get her wings, trying to capture her. And you see, to start off with, she looks rather innocent, i.e. very quiet, almost like butter would melt in her mouth kind of a character. And then it gets to that point where she's captured and Theo gets injured, and then you see this darker side to her, and Theo manages to stop her from hurting somebody else. And then your normal trope is she falls ill, and then Theo has to go and find an elixir that should heal her. And at the end of this volume, you see him in a forest with a gentleman that doesn't like to interact with other humans, and the forest is very sort of like fantastical. There's sort of like there's like pixies and monsters and all sorts of other different things, different bits and pieces like that. But I am really intrigued by this. I wasn't sure whether it was going to be one that I would like, because the art style is very sketchy and I'm not used to that sort of art style. But yeah, I really did enjoy this. Like, I really did enjoy it. I'm surprised that I did do, and I have pre-ordered the second one. Although I really loved the first volume, because of the story, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be one that I'm going to continue to collect, but I'm gonna go with a second volume because I say this one left with a slight cliffhanger, and I want to see what happens to Theo in the next volume and see if there's any sort of indication as to what this little girl is or why she's a little bit darker than you would first think. So I'm gonna give it another volume, see what happens, and yeah, hopefully I will continue loving it because it's a really cute series, cute art style, cute volume. Now lastly, the last series that I have read or have been reading this month is one that I started watching the anime for on Netflix. I'm kind of uber happy that Netflix picked up this series. I know that a lot of people don't like necessarily the first few or the first part of this series, but I watched the anime, I enjoyed the anime, and I kind of liked all of it. Like, I definitely liked the first part of the anime. I know people say that it's weakest, but I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoy the vampires, I liked the dark side of it. I just like how there's comedic elements as well as a lot of darkness in the series. But yeah, and that series is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. So I picked up all three of these this month. I had volume 3 brought for me, I think, as a gift. I think it was 3 or 2, I can't remember. But I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I will go back and pick up the first part, but I wanted to start off with part 4 because that's as far as I got up to on the anime. I'm really enjoying this series. So I really like this character here, Josuke, and everybody, well, not everybody knows, but I really like Jotaro. I'm really enjoying this series. I enjoyed watching the first part of the anime. I loved the second part with the pillar people. They were really intriguing characters. I loved the third part with the stand and the fact that Dio had come back. Sorry if that's spoilers, but we're on part 4 now, so it shouldn't actually be a spoiler, should it? Let's be honest, no. So, but I enjoyed that part as well. I don't know, there's something quirky and different about part 4. This, like, Josuke and his hair, he like loses his shit if anybody says anything about his hair. And yeah, I don't know, there's something about this series. And I was told on Instagram, I put a post and was just like, to start off with, I was unsure about the series. I was a little bit like, I don't really know if I like it or not. And then, because I was watching the anime, and then one of my followers over there said, no, give the manga a go. The manga has something special that the anime doesn't. So I trusted you guys and I had a go with part 4, and the manga is so different. I don't know, there's something about it, definitely something about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the feel of it, the humour, the way the characters are drawn, I'm not sure, but I'm really, really enjoying this, and I can't wait to pick up volume 4 and 5 when it comes out. But yeah, I'm definitely in love with JoJo's, and if you haven't picked it up and you haven't heard of it, give it a go. Now for the next part, I wanted to say about what I want to read for the next part of March going into April, so for my next manga wrap up. I haven't got round to reading The Whale Has The Way of the House Husband or Comey Can't Communicate Volume 2. I do want to get those two done as well. I would like to read Alhara Ride Volume 1 to 4. I want to have a read of Yona of the Dawn. I have got the anime for it, and the anime kind of leaves off where I am, where I've got collected up to in the manga. So I think it finishes, yeah, so the anime finishes around volume 7, so I've got a few more to collect before I really want to jump into that one, but I will get into that eventually. So that's another one potentially for next month that I want to have a look at. And I want to read volume 10 because I picked volume 10 of Dr. Stone because I have got that now and I haven't read it yet, so that's another one. But yeah, they're the kind of ones that I want to read at the moment. If I have any more, I'll probably pop it on my Instagram, so if you're not following that, you want to keep up to date, pop onto that as well. But yeah, if there's anything that you would like to see me do, so reviews or first impressions, or have a look at my collection again, even though I've done that. And also if you guys are interested in having a look at my Funko collection, because I have got a fair few, I haven't got a whole lot, but I've got a fair few of anime ones now that are starting to trickle in. I kind of wanted to do some haul videos for that, but I don't know how you guys would feel about it, so I wanted to ask you first. But it's kind of something that I enjoy, so my channel, I wanted to put things on my channel that I enjoy doing, so collecting Funkos is definitely one of those, and I would like to share that with you, so hopefully if you guys don't mind it, I'll pop it on there. But yeah, and also if you see me in this t-shirt for another video, it's because I'm going to jump in straight on and film my haul video. So yeah, if I'm wearing the same t-shirt, that's why. So yeah, but as always guys, stay healthy, especially in this difficult time at the moment. Everybody is in the same boat. I personally am not in quarantine or self-isolation because I work in retail, and at the moment I'm having to still go into work, so if I'm not uploading frequently, that'd be why, because I've got to work. But I'll find out soon whether I'll be going in to work or if I'm needed anymore. Hopefully not. I want to stay healthy like the rest of everybody else and look after my family. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and yeah, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it means a lot for me. So until next time guys, see ya.